So we've made it to day 3 of posting on YouTube. Recently woke up, done kind of what I need to do, ate some food, and I have no idea what we're gonna discuss today, but I do have a resolution. I don't know. As I'm now posting every day, I thought I'd up the stakes and add something to this. So I want to be doing 100 push-ups every day and 20 pull-ups every day. Without fail, every single day, 100 push-ups and 20 pull-ups. Now, you're probably thinking 20 pull-ups is, well, that's nothing. And maybe to you it is nothing, but to me that is a lot. And I figured if I'm doing 100 push-ups, I can split it across, 4 times during the day. And obviously 20 pull-ups, split it across 4 times during the day, so that's 5 pull-ups for every time I do, those pull-ups. Ideally, I want to try do, once when I wake up, one in the afternoon, just after lunch, another one dinner time, and then another one before I go to bed. Don't know how that's going to go, but, we'll see. Either way, I think, why not make this more exciting and try and improve my physical health? Because once upon a time, I really, took real pride in taking care of my body, and I want to get to that level again. Now, I'm saying this as someone who, I do some fitness. I've got a gym membership. I go to the gym. I also do boxing part-time. However, this is something I want to be able to do at home and, continue that habit of doing things repeatedly, consistently. So every single day, if I can, again, show up, do these push-ups, do these pull-ups without fail, again, it's going to shape my mindset. It's going to shape the person I'm trying to become, which I don't fully know, the person I'm trying to become, but I do know what's in store for me and what God has laid in front of me. My path is something glorious, is something amazing. And it's the exact same for you. It's the exact same for you. Again, whether you believe in, anything at all, you have to have that mindset that you are destined for greatness. You are destined to be that change maker. And slowly but surely, adding, adding work to what it is you're doing. And what I mean by that is, again, I'll kind of bring it to the biblical context. Faith without work is null and void. Something along those lines. And you can have all the faith in the world that you're going to become a millionaire tomorrow if you like, next year, in 10 years. But if you don't do anything to actually try and achieve that goal, achieve that target, it's going to be pointless, and you're going to get to 10 years down the line and be in the same position or worse than where you are today, solely by not taking action and doing something. And I know saying that, everyone has their, I don't know what to do, and, if I do this market's saturated, or I'm an employee and I plan to always be an employee. Whatever the case may be, there's always something you can do. The reality of that is that something that you end up doing might not be the end goal. It might not be the destination, but it's a part of your journey. It's a part of your progress to that end goal. And I can bring this back to the context of me perhaps doing these pull-ups and these push-ups. My end goal is to obviously increase my physique, my health. My end goal for my physique might not be what's ordained for me, what is meant to be for me. I might have a certain way that I really wanted to look like, and it might not be that. Or for some reason, I might be happy and content with, how I look 30 days down the line, but I'm still continuing the habits of doing these pull-ups and doing these push-ups, and lo and behold, my body has improved or looks even more than what I first would have, thought it would be or expected it would be or was happy with. And that kind of goes back to, your goals, ambitions, whatever, your goals and ambitions are. You might get to a stage where you're happy with your business, you're happy with this, but you're still showing up every day, repeating those habits, making them consistent to a point where you're still doing more and you're still able to do more and you're still improving. And I think that's the main thing, because naturally, as humans or people of this world, we tend to give up or we tend to stop showing up. Really, I feel like, or I really believe that we have to push past the idea of wanting to stop, basically. Just because an idea hasn't worked out, or this business has failed, or you've lost a lot of money at X, Y, and Z, so it means, forget everything else. I'm going to stop showing up and just be content in misery. Nobody wants to be content in misery. You want to be content in progress, however little that may be. And progress can mean moving a few steps backwards to eventually overcome where you currently are. I try to not say because I was watching some of these videos and I realized I say a lot and I say like a lot as well. So those are two things I'm trying to progress from and become better. But this is a process. Everything in life is a process. Everything in life takes time. And as long as I'm willing to work hard, you're willing to work hard, there's no way you're not going to get to that purpose, mission, goal, ambition that you have, or you may not even know you have. So to kind of round up, because I know I'm talking a lot, I want to leave you with this. Work hard. There's going to be days like today, right now is a Saturday. Again, I'm unemployed. Well, I'm self-employed. I've been self-employed for almost a year now. Best decision I ever made. However, it's a Saturday and I could be doing more to be pushing my business forward. But I haven't really done as much as I could be doing. And that's why I kind of say you have to show up. Even if you're not, 100%, you still have to show up, because every little helps. And as long as I continuously work hard and have that mindset where even if I don't work to my full capabilities today, at least I've still done some work that will add up in the long term. Because you also want to remember, you don't want to burn out. And, with all these new habits you want to build, whether it's going to the gym, eating healthily, working hard, waking up at this time, it takes time. And you don't want to burn out by doing everything all at once. And that's something that I am currently working on, which is trying to get in that mindset to consistently push myself, consistently get in that mindset where I'm doing more and I'm able to do more because I'm building the right habits. And it's very, very difficult, very difficult. But slowly but surely we will, overcome this. And this is another reason why I'm sharing this with you, because I want to hold myself to accountability. I always find when we hold each other to accountability, even talking to the screen, saying or declaring what I intend to do, you have now another reason to make sure you stick by your word. You want to be a man of your word. You want to be a person of what you speak. And with that being said, you obviously wouldn't be that if you decide to then not do what you've claimed that you are going to do, or in the business context, not guarantee what you've proclaimed that you've done for others. So, with that being said, let's continue to show up. I'm going to hopefully be doing more of these push ups, aim for 100 push ups, 20 pull ups, and yeah, let's see how that goes. If you see me with a big ass chest, well, there you go. That's the progress that's been made. And that is all I have for today. I'll see you tomorrow.